Hey, Viraj. Which are your comments you're going to come up? Just need a minute. I think the microphone is just fine. I just need a minute to check the. You can always let me know if you have the difficulty. You know that today today is it's a very run gear whenever internet is very slow. I just need the time to check. So I just need a minute to check. So today may face a technical difficulty, the internet connection. So we are going to do it anyway, but we may face some technical difficulties because of the speed of the internet. So it may be a little bit hard for you to hear. If you have any problem, big problem, we can do it again in the future. So for now, I want to thank you again for being here alive. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is very interesting to me. I think everyone is working with AI, artificial intelligence. They always ask themselves, there is always the question, how far how far are we from creating robots that are like humans? So what's the boundary between robot and human? Can we really create like a machine that are human-like, that can use the attribute of human? So it can be a little bit hard to make this question because we need to define what is human. It's a very interesting question because it's a philosophical question. People that are outside artificial intelligence, they get fooled very easily by robots. I mean, if you are from artificial intelligence, there is a Turing test. The Turing test was a test created to decide whether you are talking to a machine. Today is not that simple. I mean, the Turing test is a kind of it's a kind of old, because in the context of the computer science, in the context of artificial intelligence, everything's so fast, like the speed at which you are building intelligent machine is very fast. It's a little bit hard for us to know whether we are talking to a machine or we are talking to a human. Kasparov, which was the human that was defeated in chess, he was the champion of the world. It was very hard to defeat him. So they decided to build a machine. So when they built the machine to defeat Kasparov, they found Kasparov in his book called he has a book called Deep Thinking. The book Deep Thinking, Kasparov, he says that it would be hard for him to say whether he was talking to a machine. So imagine that if you know how to play chess, and if you decide to play chess against the machine, and you can do that easily. Nowadays you have the fish stock. Fish stock is artificial machine, is artificial intelligence that is able to play chess. So if you play chess, say with fish stock or any kind of artificial intelligence, it may be hard for you to know whether you are playing with a machine. I have already been playing if you have never played before with artificial intelligence, I totally encourage you to play. So it can be a little bit hard for you to know whether you are to play with a machine or not. What is fun that if you have already been playing chess against a machine, that if you wanted to make the machine, if you want to make the machine if you want to make the machine play very easy, take easy on you, because maybe you are at the beginning of the or if you learn how to play chess, the way for you to make the machine play very easy, you have to decrease the difficulty. The difference between the difficulty and the easiness is not that the machine becomes stupid. They start to make very, very, very random mistakes, which is very easy for you to see when you are playing with a machine. The machine is playing very well, then suddenly the machine starts to play badly. Human do not play like that. So that's the point where you can see that you are playing with a machine. But that is proposital. People decide to make the machine easier to play precisely because they wanted to be able to defeat the machine. So Kasparov, in his book, he says something like that. We spent years and decades learning how to teach the robot how to play chess. Now, so we can defeat the machine, we start to make it very easy to play. We start to make the difficulty. So human is like is losing this kind of human is like so they can keep their ego alive. They are asking the machine to play slow. It's a kind of fun, like Kasparov said in the book. It's even kind of I cannot say strange. There's another one called the Daniel Kahneman. Daniel Kahneman I have cited a lot. I also cite Daniel Kahneman. In his book Noise, he says that my human has difficulty to accept that machine can be better than human, even though the place where machine is better right now, they are repetitive work. So if a machine is better than you in a specific task, most likely this task is repetitive. So some specialists on artificial intelligence, they are saying that it's not a bad news that machine is able to replace human in very repetitive work. For example, right now I have published my first audiobook. It was based on artificial intelligence. It is artificial intelligence that is able to replace the human narrative. So if you have just a minute, I think I have to go down. So if you have someone making all the book for you, it's a human. But in the case of machines, very close. I mean, I was surprised when Google decided to release this kind of option that you have your book in Google. There's a Google Books. Your book is available on Google. Some of my books are available on Google. Some books are available on Amazon. You can create it now. You can create an audio version. It's narrated by artificial intelligence. It's very good. I have to be honest. I have already learned that Google Translator using deep learning is as well very good. They have what Daniel Kahneman called the break leg phenomenon, which means that even though you are able to predict that even though you are able to predict with artificial intelligence that a human with a broken leg is not going to the cinema, is not going out tonight, you can transfer information between, such as someone goes to the hospital. So the machine can predict that someone goes to the hospital, most likely he's sick. So, but he does not know why. I mean, there is no kind of a human. That's called shallowness of artificial intelligence. The shallowness of artificial intelligence is that artificial intelligence is unable to go deeper into understand concept that human can understand. So, if you think about how human can be protected against the artificial intelligence, this protection goes on the sense of creativity. So, creativity, understanding, like artist, like a researcher, like some people have some discussion about the future of a job. How can you protect, how can you be sure that your job is not being replaced by artificial intelligence? So most likely the jobs that are repetitive, such as computer vision. Nowadays, for example, one of my courses, maybe I'll launch in the future course. It's a book. I have a project of a book that I may launch in the future. In which I'm talking about I'm talking about the boundaries of the no, sorry, I'm talking about how to implement some artificial intelligence based system using web application. So I have a considerable amount of example, but one example which is very easy to do, that the computer is able to identify a specific image. So you have a set of image, the artificial intelligence can say whether you have, for example, a truck, the image. On my second postdoc, my first postdoc, people were working to identify tumor, which means that a medical doctor that make the work of tumor identification, spotting a tumor in the brain, some artificial intelligence already can do that. So as you can see, the boundary between human and machine become very, very difficult to separate, because it's a very gray area nowadays. And even from time to time, this area is becoming closer and closer for human to be replaced. I see this as a good news. Right? Some people may be afraid, some people may be scared, but I don't think that it's something to be scared, because the kind of work that machine is replacing, such as the medical doctor, such as voice recognition, such as this live here is using artificial intelligence, so it's a cancellation noise technique, which is artificial intelligence. So I don't think that's a bad news that we have this boundary. I think what human has to do, we should learn how to be more creative. We don't know if that's going to be true, because most of the technology that we have today was invented with the promise that they could give human their free time back. Sadly, it didn't happen. Sadly, the more you have technology, the more we are a slave of technology. So we don't know whether the artificial intelligence is going to create a kind of slavery or is going to create a new future. The promise is a new future. But as you go in technology, you find more and more examples where technology was created, more and more examples where technology was created as a kind of promise to make us free, but make us more and more slave. So we don't know. So let's go to the topic of the live. I want to share with you a couple of slides. So please give me a minute to share. Give me a minute. Give me a minute to share. Graphics format here. So topic today is a book. I gave you as any kind of exercise. I gave you a kind of exercise to watch the movie. It's called Emilia 2.0. It's a sci-fi movie. It's part of a project that I have. In this project, the idea is that you could talk about artificial intelligence using Netflix. I'm not using Netflix here. I'm using YouTube. This movie can be found in YouTube for free. I don't know if they have copyright issue, but it's available on YouTube. You can watch the movie. Yes, they are trying to watch again, but it's not very fun to watch a movie that you already know the plot. I mean, the movie is very good, but sometimes to watch the movie again and again when you already know the movie is not fun. I want to watch again so I could prepare for the life, but I gave you as an exercise to watch the movie. So, could artificial intelligence cross the boundary between human and machine? I think that's a very tough question. I think that you don't know the answer. I mean, you don't have. Some people may say yes, some people may say no. But today, for example, today they changed the name instead of artificial intelligence. They put here as well a name called the general, called the general. So today they're talking about artificial general intelligence in order to know, not to talk about this boundary. So you may think like today you have the classic AI, which is here. Then you have a kind of a gray area that you don't know yet. Then you have the actual general intelligence. They are here. They are in the gray area. They are models that some people estimate that they are about 10%. Most of the models today that we have about 90%, they are this kind of classical intelligence, which are the big difference. If you ask me what the difference, I mean, what the difference? The big difference that the big difference that artificial, the big difference that the specific, let's call it specific artificial specific intelligence, or artificial intelligence, just for short, they are built to solve problems. For example, if I give you artificial intelligence which is trained to make a kind of audiobook, which I have done with my recent audiobook using artificial intelligence from Google, they are going to do just that. They are built to optimize. They are optimization. Every optimization, they need a direction. So they need to let you know what they're trying to optimize. For example, in one of my courses, which is available on Udemy, we built a robot to make a kind of a content moderation social media. So whether you make an insult, the bot is able to spot that artificial that is TensorFlow.js, which is a Google technology, and it's a open. The people call the open AI, which means artificial intelligence is open. Google has been a very important player on this kind of artificial intelligence. So in the past, when I was working with artificial intelligence, I had to find a paid software such as MATLAB. Today, Google is making all of that available. So there's even rumors that Google was able to build a kind of conscious artificial intelligence, but that we don't know that for sure. That's just a kind of rumors that's going around. So they were very cautious about that. They say that's not true, but because I think they are playing safe, they are right. You have to be careful whether you make this kind of assumption. In the case of this movie, if you watch the movie, you see that you have the same kind of plot in the movie. In the movie, they built a model that is able to transfer the human brain to a machine. The media is trying to say that publicly, but they are very careful when they say that this is already done or not. They have a kind of pressure for stakeholders that they want to show the results to the stakeholders. So someone tried to show it before it's read, especially for the part that they gave the consent. So the plot is very simple. I mean, the plot is very like this. In a very simple way, the plot like a cop lost his wife. So his wife had a kind of brain, I think was a brain tumor. I don't remember yet precisely. But they found that his wife, Amelia, was a perfect match for an experiment they were doing, for a kind of project in which they were trying to replace, they're trying to transfer the consciousness of a person into a kind of artificial intelligence and give it back to a human. So it's a kind of a project, it's a kind of human dream, like how can you keep, because from a theoretical point of view, you already know a lot about the brain. You know that the brain is made of electrical charge. You know that some very simple models, in very simple models, they are able to replicate some kind of human patterns, such as music. They kind of decompose, such as a music into brain sparks. We know, for example, for example, which part of the brain is responsible for each part. In a previous slide, we talked about Robocop. Robocop was belong to the same sequence of life, belong to the same project, belong to the same ebook that I write. So in Robocop, what they did was to remove the emotional part of Robocop. Today we can do that. I mean, people know which area of the brain is responsible for language, which part of the brain is responsible for music. You can see on an image which part of the brain is activated. So if you know that, for example, what to do in a specific situation. The big problem, which is a live which I have done with Professor Kataborg, which is another channel of mine, I have done a live with Professor Kataborg. That magnetic resonance, we are able to see that in a kind of image. That's already a pattern. Medical doctors use it all the time. So the point is, how can you understand what the brain is doing? And once you understand what the brain is doing, how can you transfer that to artificial intelligence? Or maybe a kind of because computer, they encode information with 0 and 1. The brain encodes information using spikes. There are two different ways of encode. If you know how to, for instance, maybe in the future, if you are able to, let me see if I can do it for you here. No, I can't. Let me use it here. Maybe in the future I can use a dashboard, but suppose that in the future you know how to use a folder. You have here a folder. In the computer science, we do it all the time. Having folders, you have transpilers, you have compilers. They are algorithms. They are able to transform one specific language in another specific language. For example, when you write a computer program, you do not talk computer language. You talk like human language. But a folder, or a compiler, a transpiler, they transform the human language into computer language. But what about in the future, we could make a kind of computer language, then we code into the human brain, like the human can understand. That's the whole idea of Amelia. Amelia is the way to transform human command into human brain, in the human command brain. So they are able to make this in both ways. So that's why it's sci-fi. Sci-fi because we are far away from that. We don't know yet how to do that. You have theories, you have the proposals, you have the technology, you have the possibilities, but you don't know. But you don't know yet how to do it. It's a very big challenge how to do it. So after, as I said before, after his wife and suffered in aneurysm that leaves her bedridden and slowly dying, the police officer Summerland searched for a way to revive her, and then they approach him and make him propose. After thinking a lot about the proposal, he decided that he accepts. The plot is a very interesting plot because it has a very nice discussion between the boundaries between human and artificial intelligence. For example, there is a senator, there is a congressman that he tried to make forbidden this kind of approach because he said that God created humans, so human cannot destroy God. It's a kind of abortion. So they have all over the world the abortion discussion, especially in Brazil. But what about the future artificial intelligence is able to replicate human? We are going to start a religion discussion because people start to say like you cannot replicate God, you cannot replicate life. So in the movie they have this kind of plot. The center, he tried all over the movie, he's trying to make it forbidden. He go to the Congress, he go to the law, he tries to say that it's a God stuff, human cannot replicate. Because it's a very strange stuff. Like all of the movie, the cop, the Summerland, which was the person, he's like struggling to understand that that's not his wife. I mean, it seems like his wife. It talks like his wife. There's a part in which she asks the ring back, that engagement ring back. She couldn't remember the engagement ring. She couldn't remember the emotion. She couldn't remember the moments. But was not her. That's a kind of situation in which that's a point in which you cannot understand what's reality. In the future, you are going to have another line called the Ex Machina. Ex Machina is another move as well that's going to talk about this boundary between human and machine. In the move Ex Machina, the person he hurt himself because he's unable to understand whether he talks to a machine. Because in this move that you're talking in the future called Ex Machina, the person is hired to test whether the machine was human or machine. It was a machine, but he was there to test. It's called the Turing test. It's a movie that's trying to explain. So this movie is trying to explain the Turing test in a very simple way. The Turing test was designed to know if Turing is known as a father of computer science. He was the first one that played the computer. Even though at his time the computer was very simple, he is credited as a father of computer science. He created the Turing test. The Turing test is a way for you to test whether you're talking to a human or whether you're talking to a machine. We don't know. You need to attach to that. Today, as I said before, Kasparov, in his book called Deep Thinking, he says that it's very hard to say whether he was playing to a human or whether he was playing to a chess human player. So for example, this image here is not true. It's artificial intelligence. I just asked the artificial intelligence, like I typed in the artificial intelligence, please give me a Iron Man drinking caipirinha. It's a Brazilian drinking in Rio de Janeiro. That's a Rio de Janeiro here in the back. That's Iron Man. Iron Man has never, as far as I know, Iron Man has never been as a character. I mean, maybe as a person, as the actor, maybe he was in Brazil, but as far as I know, he has never been. As far as I know, he has never been in Brazil as a character. Iron Man has never been here. So here in this picture, he is in Brazil. This one, I think I love this one. It's artificial intelligence. It's fake. Jack-Chan is as Robocop. I ask artificial intelligence, please give me as a photo. Give me Jack-Chan as a Robocop. It's like as far as I know. I mean, you can use that for them to make fake news. So they can do even video. They can create videos through. They can create videos through even video. They can make Obama or can make Donald Trump say whatever they want in a video. That's called artificial intelligence. I think it is called deep. I forgot the name. There's a name of algorithm, artificial intelligence for that. The specific case is called I forgot the name, but I can leave you in the description. It's free. You can play around if you want. If you want to test, you can use Google Image. Google Image has a function. There's a very nice function. There is a very nice function. There's a very nice function on Google Image in which you can use the image. You can ask Google to make a kind of search. It's a tool. It's very useful for you to check copyright. If you have an image, you are not sure that the image has a copyright, you can check whether someone owned the image. In this specific case, there is no one with the image. There's no copyright in this image. Even the artificial intelligence, the people that create this artificial intelligence, they give you the copyright for free. You don't have to pay copyright. You can use it, so it's free. If you use a Google image to check this image, see does it exist, does not exist, you can find Jack-Chan, which was the one that I have used to create the image. You can find a kind of Robocop here. I don't know what the hell is that. I haven't ever used that. But most of them is Jack-Chan. So Jack-Chan has never been Robocop. As you can know, if you say that's a fake news. If you want to present fake Jack-Chan as a Robocop, if you can do that. But if you are careful, if someone's careful to check on Google Image, they'll see that never exists. Jack-Chan has never been Robocop. The second one is this image here. It's a person I asked the artificial intelligence, please give me someone crying in the rain. Give me a girl crying in the rain. She's crying in the rain. It sounds like real. At least for me, it sounds like real. If you ask me whether it's true or not, I would say that's true. But it's not true. It's fake. I created as a fake image. Again, you can go to the Google image. You can try to check this image here. The other one I asked the artificial intelligence, please give me a girl, a little girl. I don't remember what I wrote. You can ask it to do whatever you want. It's an algorithm that's free that you can play around with it. If you again, if you want to check, as you can see, the girl here, but this girl does not exist. You can find her dress. You can find the girl here. You can find this very nice girl here. This artificial intelligence that trained to use a huge amount of image. They train use the image, and they give again. That's not human life. That's not creativity. It's just a pattern find. It just make a kind of image manipulation. It's still classical artificial intelligence. That's not it. Even though you may be surprised, you may be like, wow, that's awesome. That's still classical intelligence. There's no magic here compared to what artificial intelligence can do for quite a while. So if I ask yourself, did we create a new artificial intelligence? No, it's not new. It's like deep learning. Most likely that's deep learning. I think that's deep learning behind here. But deep learning is just a classical artificial intelligence called feed-forward loop. So the feed-forward loop is about 30 years old. The things they do, they have a big data. They have a huge amount of data set. They also have a very powerful computer program in which they can make a very big amount of layers. So deep learning is not new in the sense of theory. It's one of the first theory about artificial intelligence. So deep learning is not that new. So if you want that is for today. If you are curious to know more about it, you can always let me know your thoughts. You can always let me know the future. But as you can see today, the boundaries between artificial intelligence is very great. You can't say anymore. Like if you just use the algorithm, if you don't know, if you just use it, but you don't know what's behind, I can trick you. I can trick you to think that's creativity. For example, that photo that you see there, the girl in the rain, if that could have been done by artists. Artists could create that photo. I think that photo was very awesome. So the point is, we don't know anymore for sure. As the case of Kasparov, Kasparov in his book Deep Thinking. His book Deep Thinking talks about his defeat against Deep Blue. Deep Blue was artificial intelligence created to beat him in chess, and he was able to beat. So Kasparov, he talks about this defeat, which was a kind of human defeat. The Jones are like the last stand of humankind because you were like a machine defeating the best chess player. So he said like that. To a point, he wasn't able to say when he was playing against the machine. You can say, I mean. So if you see what the machine is doing, the machine is crossing the boundary between artificial intelligence and human. For example, nowadays some artificial intelligence can make calculus. In the front and the back, there is a calculus. Machine thinking about a calculus. Machine can do that. Machine can prove theorem. Machine can write articles. Machine can create videos. There are some very, very, very small boundaries that machine cannot cross yet, but I have the feeling that's just a matter of time, such as creativity, such as there are a very small human-like, a very small human-like activity that machine has difficulty to cross. So that's the end of this life. Keep in mind that the future have more lives. The same discussion, we're talking about in the future about Ex Machina, which is the same kind of life that we're going to discuss again, but use another sci-fi movie. This live is part of a project called AI by Sci-Fi, which is an ebook that I'm writing. So your comments can be very important. Your comments can help me to improve. Always feel free to let me know your thoughts. Always feel free to let me know your questions. I may create in the future a live about live about commerce. So I think that's all for today. So it was nice talking to you again, guys. So see you.